Hey, what's up? Welcome to Strength Bias Training. This video I'm going to be doing is going to be about talking about, there's a whole ton of videos that I've seen recently, including some being made by my own student, Sam Price, which are great, by the way, super entertaining. And they're all about the real problem with CrossFit. And I think that they're all tackling things in a different way. So you've got some guys that are coming out, they're talking about what they think, a calisthenic guy, I can't remember his name, coming out talking about, the real problem with CrossFit. There's several of these videos and they all have like lots and lots of views. And then there's people that put out their own retorts to these, or their answers. And I think that what they do is that, it's just my opinion, your opinion. And I want to try to present a different point of view, all right? So ideally, basically what I want to say is like, the real problem with CrossFit is that you guys making the videos about what the problems of CrossFit are have no idea what CrossFit is. But also, a lot of the people making videos back that got butt hurt about what the problems with CrossFit are don't know what CrossFit is either, because they're mega Kool-Aid drinkers, and I'm not. I've been coaching CrossFit for many years. I'm sure if you're watching this video, it's probably because I've come to your gym and done a seminar or something like that. I've been in over 200 gyms doing seminars, 230 something. And then on top of that, usually when I go in to do a seminar, I'll go to another gym in the same town or vicinity and do a drop-in. And I always spend time to talk to the head coach, to talk to the affiliate owner about their business. What's working, what's not working, how many members do you have, what's your programming methodology, yada yada yada. So I have a very good insight into this, which I'm super lucky about. So here's the first thing, is that you cannot say what the problem with CrossFit is, because CrossFit really is unidentifiable. It's like a piece of jelly. You cannot nail it to a board. And that's because CrossFit is not a franchise. Right? A franchise is basically where you're selling someone's product as it is. It's an affiliate scheme. An affiliate scheme is not where you sell someone's product. It's where you drive traffic. Right? So I joined CrossFit as an affiliate. They put me onto their website. It increases, hopefully, the amount of traffic that comes to me, because anybody that looks up where an affiliate is in that neighborhood on the affiliate finder map can find me. Okay, so being affiliated with someone is just a way to drive more traffic to your business. Doesn't mean that you're selling a product the way the product's intended. McDonald's is a franchise, right? Subway is a franchise. If I go into a Subway here in Iceland and I have a 6-inch meatball sandwich, it is exactly the same as a 6-inch meatball sandwich in New Jersey or in California. Identical. Nothing's changed. And that's because you're selling that company's product. You're not doing that with CrossFit. You're joining them as an affiliate scheme. They get an income, an exchange. You guys get what the back end support from them is, from which I hear from a lot of people is not that good, but I don't have an affiliate right now. I can't comment on that. I certainly, when I had one, I didn't really need any support from them anyway, so I didn't notice. So you cannot pin down what CrossFit is, because unless in your gym you are following to the absolute letter the CrossFit methodology as laid out in the level 1 handbook or trainer guide, you are not doing CrossFit. You're doing functional fitness in a gym that just happens to be affiliated with CrossFit. So you cannot come out and tell me, or tell your 500,000 viewers that you've got on YouTube that CrossFit causes injuries, because it doesn't. What causes injuries is poor coaching in poorly run affiliates with poor programming, right? That is not the fault of CrossFit HQ. Could CrossFit HQ do a better job of weeding out bad people? Could they do mystery shopping, or could we have some kind of injury reporting procedure? Yeah, probably. But that doesn't make this CrossFit's fault, right? If they were to have all those things, then we'd have a franchise. We wouldn't have an affiliate scheme, right? So that's the first thing. You can't pin CrossFit down for having bad injuries, because the bad injuries are down to bad coaching. Okay. The next thing is, we can't even say really that CrossFit has a high injury rate. I've done lots of seminars, and I can tell you that I do see in a lot of gyms that people are suffering from repetitive movement injuries, such as patellar tendonitis, bicep long head tendonitis, and that's from repeated, pulling or kipping movements overhead without having been taught how to brace the midline correctly, or it could be, from repeated knee sliding forwards in the squat, because I know a lot of people like to teach the high bar squat, as well as having programmed front squats, overhead squats, thrusters, wall balls. You can see how that's the same movement, but that doesn't make CrossFit bad for you. It makes that gym that you've chosen to go to bad for you. Okay, so that's the first thing. Okay, the next thing is talking about that CrossFit doesn't work. CrossFit doesn't work because general programming like that doesn't work for a huge group of people. If I have a class of 20 people and they're all coming in to see me, there's no way that those 20 people have the same goal. And I'm going to agree and disagree. So that's the thing, is like, yeah, you're right, they don't. So if you're coming into the gym, right, and I've got a 19-year-old kid who was, who's super athletic, he's got like a 36-inch vertical jump, right? And then in the same class, I've got a 40-year-old sedentary man who is currently, 70, 80 pounds overweight and hasn't done any workout in the last 30 years. We can't say that they have the same goal. Right, true. We can also say that a general program will not help them to reach whatever their goal is, because if you're a 40-year-old sedentary man, your goal is probably to lose weight and look good naked. Okay, and the way we're going to get you there is going to be prioritized differently from if you have 10% body fat and are an athlete. So it's a bit different. So I completely agree with that. However, I'm going to go ahead and say that anybody that actually wanted to specialize in a sport probably won't be in a CrossFit gym anyway. So it doesn't matter. So if you wanted to be a power lifter, you wouldn't be going to CrossFit classes. If you wanted to be an Olympic weightlifter, you won't go to general CrossFit class, or a gymnast, or a triathlete. The people that we're finding coming to classes are people that just want to get generally fit, okay? So that's where the CrossFit methodology, as it's written in the Level 1 training book, is super helpful, because it's all about general physical preparedness. The problem is that coaches these days, they've come on since the advent of the CrossFit Games, and they see CrossFit as being the sport aspect of CrossFit. Sports are competitive and sports cause injuries. Much more so than training does. And that's the problem. If you believe that we need to train people in the gym, recently I had, I'm going to say an argument actually online with someone on my Facebook page who's a regionals athlete, and I respect her a lot for her athletic achievement, and I've met her several times, and she's very nice in person. So it's not about that, but it's about just differences of beliefs. Her belief was that, we shouldn't be low bar squatting because it doesn't carry over to keeping a vertical torso in something like the clean or the thruster or the wall ball. My point of view is that people coming in the gym, we don't have them there with the purpose of making them good at thrusters and wall balls. Our purpose of having them in the gym is to make them generally fit. Right? Once we start thinking about how we can make them fit for thrusters and wall balls, we've started to think about sport. And the sport of CrossFit, right, or the games as owned by CrossFit as an organization, is vastly different from what's laid down in the handbook. The Level 1 Trainer handbook is very clear that CrossFit's general physical preparedness. We should be getting people to get fit across multiple domains and modalities. And that's it. So, so that this video doesn't go on for 20 minutes, I'm going to cut it short real soon. But basically, all you guys that are saying about what the problem with CrossFit is, you're wrong. CrossFit does not cause injuries. CrossFit is not a suboptimal way to train. CrossFit does not always result in people doing bad technique at high intensity. I know, because I'm the victim all the time. Victim is kind of a strong word, but I'm on the receiving end all the time of gyms fucking complaining to me that I'm coaching too much. Okay? But that just goes to show, if there's one of me, there's 100 of me. maybe 1,000 of me. There's coaches out there that I know personally that don't allow bad form to slip. Never. So the thing is that you can rip on CrossFit all you want. I know because I've done it. But we're all wrong. CrossFit is a private company that licenses people to use the name over their front door and take a fee. They redirect traffic to you via a website. That's it. The real problem with what's going on is you've got people that are inexperienced and underqualified opening gyms and teaching groups of people how to try and do high technical work without having the required skills. That ain't down to CrossFit, it's down to individuals. That's the problem. Don't pick on CrossFit, pick on bad coaches.